Shalom, shalom to all of you. Thank you very much for your presence and all the time you have spent with us since almost 11 hours of limud, of Torah, of Kedusha, in that day of fasting, but also day of the first anniversary of the Chief Rabbinate of Africa. So, Bezrat Hashem, I will do my limud now in English, and I will try to give some time and space to other speakers who had some internet issues and didn't finish totally their study. So we will try to see if it will be possible to catch up for them and to start. So I'll just say shalom to all of you on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom to David Chaim Gunda. Shalom to Rabbi Moshe Wolf. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom, Chief Rabbi El Natan El Hanan, Chief Rabbi Zohar, Rabbi Israel Pondol. Shalom, shalom to all of you. The topic of this day of first anniversary is Torah and tradition. And Baruch Hashem, we had a wonderful explanation, wonderful teachings, wonderful chidushim that were made since the morning. Chief Rabbi Ishai, Rabbi Israel Pondol, Rabbi Yochanan, Chief Rabbi El Natan El Hanan. So I really invite you to check all the direct, but don't worry, from tomorrow and next days you will have every single speakers and the teachings separated, and they will be available on our YouTube channels. And also the conversation we just saw between Chief Rabbi Mordechai and Rabbi Fournier, that brings up a lot of questions. So I will say like this: to understand Torah and tradition, the connection between both of them, for sure we'll go in the Mishnah, the first Mishnah of Pirkei Avot. Moshe kibel Torah miSinai umsarwa liYehoshua. Moshe received the Torah from the Mount Sinai and transmit it, pass it, but not gave it, not taught it. Transmit. Msara lashon masora. There's a way to pass your Torah. Or you pass it by teaching, or you pass it by using Masorah, tradition. We will see what is the difference. But to understand the difference between that way of passing a knowledge, or by teachings, or by tradition, let's go to a specific Gemara that will put us in the atmosphere of what we have to understand behind that question. Maseret Ta'anit, Daf Chaf, Amud Bet. If you can see my screen, I will start to read. It happened an accidentally ugly person who say to him. So the Gemara starts straight. Someone very ugly come and say to him. Who is he? Rabbi Eliezer. To help you out, Rabbi Eliezer, the son of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. He said to him, "Greetings to you, my rabbi." But Rabbi Eliezer did not return his greetings. Instead, Rabbi Eliezer said to him, "Worthless, Reka, worthless person. How ugly is that man? Are all the people of your city as ugly as you?" So let's make a small pause here. There's two ways to understand this text. Or we go pshat, you say someone very ugly in terms of physicality, or way more flowery, more allegoric, which will be like, say, Ben Ishchai on his commentary of his Gemara in his book Benayahu Ben Yehuda. He said, no, he was talking about his ethics, his morality, behavior. Let's say, even if it's that case or that case, it's not a way for a rabbi to express himself in front of someone. Even if you see someone very, let's say, very violent, not polite, there's a way to talk. You can say, okay, you can give advice, you can give tochacha, recommendation in a way that will be acceptable for the one who is listening. But to say, oh, all of you so ugly, it's violent in the way to express one's opinion. He said, the man said to him, I do not know, but you should go and say to the craftsman who made me, how ugly is the vessel you made. So he's telling you something simple. Say, don't say to me that I'm so ugly. So it seems to be here that we are talking about physicality. Okay. Go and complain to the Creator, the one who made me like I am. Torah and Tradition, Chief Rabbinate of Africa, African Jewish Federation. We all know about this topic. Black and rabbi? Are you rabbi? You know that face that people make when they are basically not able to connect to concepts which are for them so opposite. You're a Jew? No, you're a Jew? Even the sign goes, I. Okay. Meaning, in the way to see the position of rabbi, or the position of the situation of being Jew, your physique is not fitting. You are not in. Wow, where are you, blue eyes? Let's say. You're rabbi. Why? African people can be clever. African people be clever. It's impossible. Why not say that? Some people may say, no, Rabbi, you are too extreme. You always see the story from a perspective of black and white. Maybe people, they don't have the time for that type of things. You have to know that countries like France, for example, the main writers, the most famous writer in the history, for the one who knows about literature, Victor Hugo, Montesquieu, even some philosopher, Dutch philosopher, Nietzsche, Kant, all these people that you study one day because you will be in a specific level of university. If you could hear what they said, the way they were talking about Negroes, about Africans, about all this, you will be vomiting. So let's go back. We are in that type of situation. We know exactly what it means to be called ugly. When you and your kids walk in the streets of Jerusalem, and some kids, from Mea Sharim, from this, they say, Kushi. What is he talking about? You have your kippah on your head. You have your tzitzit outside. Even these minds, they are inside. So he's talking about physicality. Yes, situation. The son of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is facing that situation. And look, how ugly is the vessel you made. So go and complain. Go and complain to the Creator. When Rabbi Eliezer realized that he had sinned and insulted this man merely on account of his appearance, he descended from his donkey and prostrated himself before him and said to the man, I have sinned against you. Forgive me. The man said to him, I will not forgive you until you go to the craftsman who made me and say to him, how ugly is the vessel you made. The guy is remind me myself. You want to play a mind game? Okay, we're gonna go till the end. Don't stop in the middle when you have already damaged a lot. You want to play? Let's go till the end. This is what he said. He said, no. When you were talking, there were no doubts in your language. It was straight. You are ugly, the men of your village are ugly, and that's it. He said, so if you want me and you to find a common point of shalom, please, I want you to go and see the Creator of all and to present that question to him. He walked behind the man, trying to appease him until they reached Rabbi Eliezer's cities. So meaning the man even went back to the place where Rabbi Eliezer is from. Not keep the story just on between both of them. The people of his city came out to greet him, saying to him, greetings to you, my rabbi, my master, my master. The man said to them, who are you calling my rabbi, my rabbi? They said to him, to this man who is walking behind you. He said to them, if this man is a rabbi, may there not be many like him among the Jewish people. They asked him, for what reason do you say this? He said to them, he did such and such to me. So strange. Why do you say he did such and such and such? He just said words. No, the sage explained here that some words are so painful for the listeners that the consequences are physical. The kushi you are screaming when you want to bully an African American or an African man in Israel, it's physical. The look you give to some kids who are mixed, who maybe are black, when they try to play with your kids in the kindergarten and you try to call your kids back, this is physical. The reaction you have when a black rabbi is teaching, thinking that, oh, I have no time, oh, it's great, oh, it's not so bad. Disrespectful, basically, behavior. This is physical. The way you react when you see black Israelite, Bantu Israelite, African Jewish, black Jews, call them like you want. When they want to do some shidur, they want to get married, and they offer their profile, and you love. This is the best situation. And at the end of the day, some of people, they even propose, the strange cases just because you think that you have to drop the worst things on the ends on this one or that girl who is from another color. He said like this: He did such and such to me. They said to him, even so, forgive him, as he is a great Torah scholar. This is something you see here and there. How many people, because of the situations of sins, mistakes made by rabbis, are closing their eyes? This is a rabbi. Because the rabbi, let's say the weight of the sin is lighter. This is that type of behavior that create physical rejection of Torah, because the one who was the victim will sense that your Torah is not fair. He said to them, for your sakes, I forgive him. At least he forgives, provided that he accepted upon himself not to become accustomed to behave like this. Immediately, Rabbi Elazar, son of Rabbi Shimon, entered the study hall and taught, a person should always be soft like a reed, and it should not be a stiff like a cedar. Don't think that I brought you there only for that reason. Torah and tradition. See what the Zohar says. And let's start to study. Keep in mind just one point before I start a point of the Zohar. You see, in the story, we knew about the identity of the rabbi who offended the man. But who is the man who has been offended? You just go. Rashi on this Gemara. He say, he offended a man. Rashi said, יש ספרים שכתוב בהן אליהו זכר לטוב. והוא מתכוון להוכיח שלא יחגיל בדבר. Rashi is telling to you that the men who were offended, being called ugly, was Eliyahou HaNavi. Eliyahou HaNavi. And he came in that situation exactly to teach this rabbi not to behave like that. Sorry, not to be used to behave like that. Now let's see how we can understand Torah and tradition. Zohar Akadosh. Parashat Vayikra. Raya Memna. Parashat Tzav, Sefer Vayikra. Raya Memna. You have to understand that when you see Raya Memna in the Zohar, in the culture and the tradition of the Zohar, it means that the souls of Moshe Rabbeinu is talking through the body of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. You see like this. Kamu kulam, everybody stood up. Ve'amru, vadai she'ata u ha'aman, roe ne'eman. So you say, oh, when we hear you talking about Shimon, according to what we are hearing behind the words you are using, for sure we understand that Moshe is here. Moshe Rabbeinu is here. And it's you. What is Raya Memna in Aramaic? It's a faithful shepherd. This is the name of Moshe in the whole Zohar. Raya Memna, it's Roe Aneman, the faithful shepherd. He said, yes, it's you. We know that you, Moshe Rabbeinu, you are here now. You are with us. We can talk to you. We can sense you. We can feel, understand what you were talking, dealing with, and explaining in your Torah. So let's talk. So what said the student of Rabbi Shimon who were around him at that moment? They said, Shebecha Neemar, because it's written about you. Moshe kibel Torah misinai. First Mishnah of Pirkei Avot. Moshe received the Torah from the Mount Sinai. Umisham ve'eler kol hatalmidim em shelcha. And they say like this. And we know from that moment, all the students are yours. What does it mean? You see, from the moment it's written that Moshe received the Torah from the Mount Sinai, we know that all the students are yours. What does it mean all the students are yours? He said, Mi Yehoshua ve'ad sof kol hadorot. From Yehoshua till the last student of the last generation, of the last moment before Mashiach comes. They are yours. What does it mean? The secret here. Say like this. It's not because you know something that you are a scholar, a Talmid. This is the first definition of tradition. When we talk about Torah and tradition, the first definition is to know not every student, let's say, are called Talmidim. Not every people who have understanding about some aspects, some definitions, some notions will be called student. You want an example? Very simple. Have you ever heard about people who hate so much the Jewish people that they take some Gemarot, they open the Gemarot, and they start to study it, and they hope to find inside some secret about the way to destroy our people? If we analyze the situation, this man's or that woman's, they open books, they open Gemarot, they open Zoharot, sorry. So what's happened? You see, they open books, they study inside of that books, but they are not Talmidim. A Talmid is someone who study a topic according to the tradition. Which one? The tradition which was given the day of the Mount Sinai. Which day? Today, 17th of Tammuz. So stop being sad. Stop creating a whole cinema around the way to show you sadness. Focus on the Zohar, for example. We know that on that day, things came down. Which things? Tradition. What the purpose of tradition? To create students. Meaning, you have to study your Torah with the same strategy, the same definition, the same boundaries that were given from the beginnings. This is called the Torah Shebe'al Peh. Torah Shebe'al Peh, it's not the Nach, it's not the Nevi'im and the Ketuvim. No, this is also Torah Shebirtav. Torah Shebe'al Peh, it's the Mishnah. How many Mishnayot? Rabbi Nechunya said 600 orders of Mishnayot. Today, we have only 6. So understand that a student, a Talmid, is someone who received the keys of understanding and the keys of explanation of the Allegoria, of the Remazim, from the Bet of Bereshit till the Lamed of Israel in the Chumash and more. This is what it said, and he passed it to Yehoshua. Yehoshua lezekinim, and Yehoshua to the elders, uzekinim leneviim, and the elders to the prophets. Ad sof shel kulam, till the end of ends. And he said, we know now what is a real Talmid. That's why we can say at the end, Talmid Chacham. Because the purpose of someone who is rooted in that explanation is never to create or to make students who are clever. We don't need Nevonim. With that tools, we build wise men. We build wisdom. So the way you train your rabbi when you want to build someone who is clever is not the way at all you train your rabbis or your students when you want to build wise men and wise women. This is the meaning of Torah and tradition. This is the purpose of the Nusar Afriki and the Chief Rabbinate of Africa. We don't need quantity of information. We need proper strategy and tactic which came from the Mount Sinai. So now the discussion continues. At-Talmid Abaki Shelcha Miu. So now they are asking to Moshe, who is your best student? The one who is very hot on the things. The way you explain all the things, the way you code everything, he get it. And he is the one who knows the best how to perform them and even how to make it stronger. And we can even say that it's just because you are his master that is not higher than you. Who is he? Who is your best student? Moshe, tell us. Before they let Moshe answers, they say, look what we have heard. Are Rainu, we have seen. Shenema, it's written, Akol ye'e munar ad sheyavo Eliyahu. So that everything will be sealed till Eliyahu will come. Oh. So they asked to Moshe, we have heard that maybe your best student of all the times is Eliyahou HaNavi. Why they are asking? Because it's strange. At this moment, it's supposed to be Yehoshua. Yehoshua, you are the one who were down the mountain when Moshe comes out from the clouds, from the Shchakim. They say, we heard that. So let's see what will be the answers. The answer of Moshe. Moshe said to them, said, one second. He said, Amar lahem, he told them, Vadai kachze, for sure, yes, it's the truth. This is the reality. My best student for all the generation, it's Eliyahou HaNavi. She'u Talmid Chaver. He said, look, not only he is a Talmid, meaning he's not a student according to the definition of the word, meaning someone who is accumulating knowledge. No. He is a student according to the definition of the sage and the ancestors. Is someone who is accumulating wisdom because he get all the codes of definition and the boundaries and the way to live the halacha according to the secrets. He get it all. It's him. But not only that, he said, it's not only student, a talmid, is a talmid chaver. Is a friend student or student friend. Talmid chaver. Here you understand why every single groups of study made by Mekubalim are never big groups, are small groups. And when you are within that small group, everyone inside, they are called Chaverim, friends. The student of Ari Kadosh, what is their name? Chaverim. The student of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, what is the name? Chaverim. The student of, the best student of Moshe, what is his name? Chaver, my friend. What does it mean? Be careful about what's happening in our continent here in Africa. We have been so brainwashed that we even brought that mindset overseas because of the slave trade. What is that mindset? Is I call it the despot rabbi or the despot spiritual leader. We have made spiritual leaders like dictators. They need you to sweat. They beat you, they talk to you in a bad way, they humiliate you, they need you to be dependent on them and what they say or not. I want to get married, Rabbi, can I? Okay. I want to eat, I want to drink, I want to jump, I want to sleep. Whoa! What is that? If you and your student, if you and your student, you are friends, in a friendship relation, you ask your friend if you should drink, can I? It's impossible in a society where Torah and Judaism have been built according to the tradition from the Mount Sinai, that you see people being so dependent of rabbis. No. That you will see rabbis taking profit of some people's honesty, some people's desire to serve. The real relationship between the teacher and the student, according to the tradition, is you are friends. This doesn't mean that we remove the boundaries of respect due to the teacher. No. We keep them. The difference is like this. You consider your student like yourself. Respect, time, space, and independency. It says, Shalav Neema, say, look what he said about him, about HaNavi. Ben Aaron HaKohen, כמו שנאמר באהרון, הוא יהיה לך לפה. You say, look, it's like this. For the one who don't know about this secret, the first anniversary of the Chief Rabbinate of Africa happened to be Parashat Pinchas. Yeah. The sages will teach that Pinchas is Eliyahou. So when you talk about relationship between the best student of Moshe and Moshe, don't think about the Eliyahou starting his life in the time of Achav and Jezebel. No. Eliyahou, it's Pinchas. Pinchas is the son of the nephew of Moshe. So Moshe is his grand uncle. Not only that, the mom of Pinchas and the second wife of Moshe, they are sisters. So Pinchas is a small kid, that you see grow up. So how come Pinchas succeed to become the best student while we had one student, Talmid Muvak, the one who was spending his life, his time near by Moshe, but is not getting that position? You say, look, he said, like it's written, Aaron, because Pinchas is called Ben Eleazar Ben Aaron. That's why the Zohar make that statement. He say it's written that Aaron will be for you a mouth. Yelecha lepe. What does it mean? Aaron will be for you a mouth. People say no, because Moshe had a problem when he was a kid. He put some hot coal in his mouth. That's why he couldn't speak. This is a pshat. But look what the Zohar says about this same situation. וגם, כך גם בנו יליך לפה. What does it mean? They will be for your mouth. And Aaron will be for your mouth. And also his son. Why his son? No, his grandson. But in the Torah, he is called his son. Ben Eleazar, Ben Aaron. Also his son will be for your mouth. What does it mean to be a mouth for someone? He say like this. Shei Torah shebe'al peh. Say no. It means that they will be the one to who you're going to pass the tradition. The Torah shebe'al peh. Mishum שהייתי בראשונה כבד פה וכבד לשון, כך יקים אותי הקדוש ברוך הוא כבד פה בתורה שבעל פה וכבד לשון בתורה שבכתב. He said, look, the Torah talk about my handicap. I had the problem with my mouth and a problem with my tongue. In the code, in the way to understand the allegoria, when we talk about heaviness of the mouth, we are talking about the creation of the path of Torah shebe'al peh. When we are talking about heaviness of the tongue, we are talking about the creation of the path of Torah שבכתב. שלא יאמרו אלו שלא מכירים אותי, זה מישהו אחר. So why that creation is important? Because no one should say that in one generation, no one knows me. Me who is me, Moshe. So because HaKadosh Baruch Hu always wants to have the testimony, the proof that someone in this generation, in every single generation, will be the representative of Moshe in the generation, he creates the Torah shebe'al peh and the Torah shebektav. And when it's about the Torah shebe'al peh, he gave the path to the best student, Eliyahou HaNavi. So my question is, we have here the proof that we never had a separation, a break from the Mount Sinai till now. So my question, why did you stop to make the ordination of the rabbis according to the Gemara? Put your hands. We do it. We, Nusar Afriki, Pusina Kadisha, we put hands. Like it said in the Gemara. Why you don't do? Oh, we lost the tradition. No, it said that the tradition is not lost. Kadosh Baruch Hu creates a specific path in order to avoid that situation that you claim. So are you lying to us in order to train rabbis only with the desire of intelligence and not the purpose of wisdom? Or do we know? Because that rabbi is trained with the purpose of intelligence, they are the very one who, when they look at me, look at Chief Rabbi Natan Hanan, look at Chief Rabbi Mordechai, look at Chief Rabbi Ishai Moshe, look at Chief Rabbi Kish, look at Rabbi Moshe Wolf. Rabbi? With that face of being discussed. Yeah. This is the origin of what we have seen in the Gemara. How can a rabbi fall in that trap? Because he will have been trained with intelligence, not with wisdom. Remember what happened with the son of Rabbi Shimon. We have different versions, but the one that I received from the Masorah, that this is the right way to understand, is that when he finished to hide himself after 12 years in the tunnels, he went out, him and his son saw a man working in the field on Shabbat day. They said, this man is working on Shabbat. What's happened? A fire came and burned the man. Judgmental. And Rabbi Shimon said, my son, you didn't understand. Let's go back. This is the same point, the same tikkun that needed to be made on Rabbi Eliezer. This is the root of what you see, what you face everywhere. So look. Eliyahou yeli l'épée. And Moshe said, and Eliyahou HaNavi will be my mouth. Yavo letaken, he will come to fix. El kol asfakot alelu v'leyashev otam. He will come to fix all the doubts, all the questions which have no answers. He will fix everything. Why? Because when you have been trained from the traditional mindset, you always have the answer. Things are logical, are clear. Maybe when you don't give your answers because you want to wait people to be ready for the answer. But we always know. So Eliyahou HaNavi come with that purpose, fixing the doubt. So who is the best student of Moshe? Eliyahou HaNavi. Done. What did he do? He just tested the rabbi about his behavior, his way to talk to the others when they are not according to his acceptance. Next picture. Be'oto zman, at the same moment, Zot HaTorah Leola, this is the Torah of the Korbanot, of the Korban Ola. Abat, the daughter, she'ayta lachutza, she'pala begalut, who was outside, and she basically stood in exile. Ola al kol hamadrigot, she went up and passed all the levels of Shamayim. V'zeu shekatuv b'mishlei, and this is what is written in Mishlei, basically in Eshet Chayil. Rabot banot asu chayil ve'at talit al kulana. Many daughters have been valiant, but you went higher than all of them. Ve'alita tiye, ve'aliyata tiye la abba she'i la yamin shel chesed. And that going up will be to Abba. So the daughter will go up to Abba. What is the Abba? On the right side of the kindness, of the chesed. What is that? Shebo harotze lachmi leachim yadrim. Misham chochma koarma. You want to become wise. If you want to put your hands on the tradition that was given on the Mount Sinai. Moshe kibel Torah misinai. So we do have a tradition of Torah Aleph, Torah of the back. We have it. But you want to get it? You have to go and find the wisdom. And he says, don't say wisdom. Don't say chokhmah. Cut the word in two, and secret will be revealed to you. Say koach ma. Say the power of ma. What does it mean? I know that in Chassidut we like to talk about this koach ma, but today you will have a secret, and I will be done after that. Just see. We, Chief Rabbinate of Africa, the rabbis who have been or received their ordinations, the rabbis of my rabbis, of my rabbis, of the rabbis, of rabbis, of my rabbis, we have a whole lineage based on a transmission made by Eliyahou HaNavi himself. From both sides. When I say both sides, because I have two lineage of transmission. One side, Ishvat Bethel, whole city. Ishvat Bethel, whole city, it's known. Eliyahou HaNavi used to come to reveal himself to the Rashash Akadosh, Rabbi Shalom Sharabi, who will make one of the best commentary of the Etz Chaim. And from the other side also, we have the Ben Ish Chai. Ben Ish Chai. So all this to tell you, there's a secret about how to connect to Eliyahou HaNavi. Because once you connect to him, you have access to the Torah Aleph. How do you do? Very simple. 10 minutes, I'm finished. See? And after, I think, when is Rabbi Zohar supposed to start? Let me see. Rabbi Zohar, okay. Okay, perfect. After. Or maybe it's Rabbi Zechariah. I have no news from Rabbi Zechariah. So maybe we're going to use his time for the other. Let me see. Okay, so I have no news from Zechariah. Okay, let's see. He's here. He's here. Rabbi Zechariah will be talking just after me. I was talking to him, so I'm just finishing. So, Bezrat Hashem, how do we do to connect with Eliyahou HaNavi? Very simple. You see, here, Rabbi Nechonia Ben Akane is telling to us, every single letter possesses a power, is made by a power. You see, when you want to write a Aleph, you have 3 power. You see, Kochot. So, what said the Zohar? Don't say Chochma, say Koarma. What is Koarma? Is the power of the 45th. So you see all these powers, when I achieve the last letters, they are exactly 48 powers. Cham. But it's not the question here. We want us to have 45 because it's the power 45. Koarma, Chochma. So you have to go here. Here I have 2 powers, so I remove 3. Here is. So there's something here with the P. The letter, the final P, which is supposed to help me to know how to connect with Eliyahou HaNavi in order to keep Torah and tradition together, like Moshe received from the Mount Sinai. So just look now how the P, what Rabbi Nechonia says about the P, and we will be done. You see like this. I'll go straight to the Aga. On one of his books, Rabbi Nechonia, the book called Sefer Atemuna, the books of the images, let's say, talk about the letters. And we are here about the letter P. I'll go straight to the Aga. You see, what is the letter P? It says the letter P, Zo Tzurat Malchut. It's the shape of the kingdom, Malchut. She'i HATORAH ve'Aaron Abrit. It's simple. It's basically the box where Moshe put the man, the stuff of Aaron, and the broken luchot. So you see, the letter P, the 45th power, is the place where the rest of the luchot which was given today are. And he say, this place, that box, Aaron Abrit, works with the power of the Sfirat Od. That Sfirat Od is also called Elohim Tzevaot, when it is up north. So when you take the box, Aaron Abrit, you bring it up north, this will be called Elohim Tzevaot. When you bring the same box west, like you say here, Marav, it's called Shekhinah. Why is like this? Simple, because up north came all the dinim, and west Shekhinah. But look, when you want to know the identity of that letters P and the meaning of that box, you say this is the Malach Abrit. He is the angel of the Brit. Who is the Malach Abrit? Eliyahou HaNavi. Toda Rabba. Eliyahou HaNavi, Malach Abrit. You see, the Zohar told you that the best student of Moshe is Eliyahou HaNavi, the one who get the tradition, Torah tradition, and that at the end of the day, all the purpose for you is to be connected to him. So that's why I will tell you, never forget that we have a book called a Siddur. A Siddur where we have put things. Ezrat Hashem is the pocket version. Ezrat Hashem will send to Rabbi Zechariah the pocket version. I know that he's fighting with the big version. Pocket version is here. So you see, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Like the Ben Ish Chai said, we have two Shema Yisrael. One like we do in the Shulchan Aruch, and one the same that the 12 kids said to the father Yaakov. Shema Yisrael Avinu ki Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. It's written in the Gemara. So how do you do with both of them? Simple. When you do Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, here is, you see, kochot haotiyot. You think all the kochot. Think about them. Do the kavanot. You know that here, Eliyahou HaNavi is here. Somewhere here. And you finish, and after you say Shema Yisrael, ki Avinu ki Hashem Eloheinu Hashem Echad. So the purpose of the kohot of the letter, of the powers of the letters, is to create connection dimensions. And Eliyahou HaNavi is a must for us to be able to incarnate the tradition. Without Eliyahou HaNavi, there is no tradition. We love you, all the rabbis, we love them. All the rabbis, we have respect for them. But please, where is Eliyahou HaNavi? He's the only one who get the tradition. And we do have the roots from that in the buildings and the roots of the chief Rabbinate of Africa. Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen ve Amen. Few seconds, and Rabbi Zechariah Levin will be starting his limud. תודה רבה לכולם. Few seconds.